Annyeong, it's Mikey here, and guys, I want to thank you so much for just all the support and how far this channel has come, and I'm just really excited to see how far this channel can go and how much I can grow this thing, and I'm gonna really need you guys to please leave comments below, letting me know things that I can improve, things that I should learn, things that I should know of, and of course I'm gonna try my best to really keep improving this channel, because at the end of the day, I built this channel really just to kind of help people be able to save a bit of money here and there, and so please let me know, and I'll try my best to really implement those things. Now today I really want to thank Keebz N Cable. They've actually sent me out a bunch of switches recently. Normally, before I did all-in-one videos where they'd be a company sends me out switches, and then I just do it all together in one video, or I do like a keyboard with new switch video. I'm actually gonna start changing that up now. I think it's better for me to just focus on one single switch, so I'm gonna be doing that from now on. It's gonna be Keebz N Cable sent me a bunch of switches, I think 4 different switches, and I'm gonna do 4 separate videos for each switch, so that way it can just be focused on that one switch alone. Now today is gonna be the Keebz N Cable X Click Mountain. It's gonna be their new tactile switch. So as you know, I'm not a huge tactile fan, but I want to get more information and learn more about tactiles, as well as try out a lot more tactiles and find what's the best ones for you guys. So let's get into this video, see what these switches are like, and of course do a sound test on a bunch of different boards. So let's get straight into it, and please make sure to like and subscribe. So the first switch from Keebz N Cable that we got was the Keebz N Cable X Clickpig Mountain King tactile switch. So the spring is supposed to be a heavy spring, but in terms of what I felt so far with this switch specifically was that it felt incredibly light, but a heavy tactile feel. And of course, we're gonna have to do a sound test, so let's get into that. So the first thing we're going to have to do is a stem wobble test. Now we're going to check to see how the stem wobble is on the switch itself. And as you can see at the top range, you do get a little bit of wobbling right there. You will have some movement. And then on the bottom, it does kind of have a heavy stem wobble. Gonna be honest, I felt that these switches specifically had not the greatest stability in terms of the stem wobble, especially when you're pushing down. You are going to feel that these stems wobble quite a bit. And for some of you out there, you might not like it. For example, there's the switch, the Wuchi Studio Mirandi's, and I know a lot of people don't like it because of the stem wobble. This is going to be kind of a similar situation where the stem wobble is quite heavily there, and I personally thought that I wasn't really happy with the stem wobble. I could feel it quite a bit when I was pressing down on these and trying to use these a little bit more. Now we're going to do a backlighting test and kind of show you guys what the backlighting situation is with these switches, because it doesn't have like a light diffuser, it just has a little bit of a cutout, and then you'll be able to see right there. So these switches do have some light that shines through, but for those that really do like a brighter backlighting, this switch really won't do that, because there isn't a bigger cutout or isn't there a light fuser in there. So you're going to get very little lighting coming through, and something just to keep in mind when you are looking at this switch, especially if you're interested in getting one and you are someone that likes backlighting, just keep in mind the lighting will be a bit dimmer and you won't get as strong of a backlighting from these switches. Now going in a little bit more deeper with the switch, I would say that these are a quite heavy tactile feel switch. If you are someone who likes a little bit more of a smoother, lighter tactile experience, these switches definitely won't be one that you want to get. That's just my honest opinion. Again, this is coming from a person, me, who isn't super into tactile switches. So just keep in mind that I'm more of a linear person, but these do feel like they have a heavy tactile feel. Now, in terms of the switch itself, it does feel light in terms of pressing down, yet the tactile feels heavy. So it's kind of interesting where even though the spring is supposed to be a heavier spring, it does feel kind of light to type on, yet the tactile feel, it just feels really heavy, like the bump feels strong. And one thing I noticed as well, again, I'll have the link in the description below, but in terms of the enter key, I had issues where it would get stuck with this switch, and this is something to keep in mind. If you also have like ceramic keycaps or metal keycaps, this might not be perfect for you. So keep that in mind looking at this switch. So let me know down below in the comments what your guys' thoughts are on the, the Clickpig mountain tactile switch with Keebz N Cable. Now, this is a quite interesting one for me. Let me just focus it up for you guys. So this is the switch. It's a tactile switch, and it's really light. But the tactile feel itself was more of a heavier tactile feel. So it's a heavier tactile feel, right? Because it has a stronger bump when you're pressing it. But the switch itself feels incredibly light. And I felt really that it was light when I was typing on it as well. It was quite interesting to use. I'm not a huge fan of a strong tactile feel for myself personally. It's a personal choice for me that I don't like a huge tactile, like a big tactile feel or like a heavy bump in terms of my switches. I like a little bit more smoother, which is probably why for me, like my favorite one is more of like an electrocapacitive switch where the tactile bump is a little bit more, just a little bit more smoother and a bit lighter. These switches I found weren't like the deepest sounding ones, so just keep that in mind if you are looking for something a little bit more like a creamy sounding switch that's tactile. These definitely I felt weren't up to that point, but itself, I think if you are looking for a light one, this is going to be one to take a look at. I mean, for those that like tactile switches, I'd say definitely go take a look. I'll have the links in the description. And I think Keebz N Cable in general, they make really nice switches. They do a lot of good collaborations. My favorite one was the Taro, and I really like that one actually. That was like my favorite one that I've tried from them, and I actually use it in one of my boards still. So I'll have to catch you guys next time with another switch, but please make sure to like and subscribe and check out the other videos I got.